with no canvas. Subscribe right now.
And the only thing when I try to explain it to myself, this is one of our roommates that
Shit, prick, asshole, goddamn.
he didn't like us. We had to get rid of him. He was trashing the place. And I guess we could have worked it through with him and been more sensible to him and everything. But he came on at a time that we just needed a roommate, and we couldn't afford to pay the price ourselves, and we didn't do an interview process to see if we had the same similar interests or whatever. And we just had to get somebody quick, and we just didn't jive. And he wasn't happy about the fact we asked him to leave, but we wanted things to be neat and a certain way, and just sometimes there's not anything wrong with the way that he might have done things, but or anything right with the way that we did things, but sometimes things just don't jive, and sometimes when you find yourself in a situation that you got into in a quick way without too much thought. He was a great painter of realistic things. Everybody knew him for that. Very, very realistic. I wish I knew his name.
Hello.
There goes Andy and his friends. He left his dog when he left our place. And he said he was going to come back and get it, but, they're still shooting the birds. He left his dog, and I took the dog out to his place because I didn't think he was going to come get it. And when I was taking the dog up to his place, it got off the leash. And I chased that dog. It was my responsibility. I could have just left the dog at our house. I really didn't believe. Nobody believed he was going to come back and get it. This is just the way that we felt. But it was my responsibility to take it over there. And it got off the leash. And I chased that dog for hours. And I ran and ran and ran all day trying to get that dog back from him. And I actually did get it back for him one time. And I was bringing it back to the door. I found somebody that had a rope or something like that I could hang on to it once I caught it. I wore the dog out. That's how I got it.
Whose car is that?
And then I walked it back to the house, and it got off again.
Where's...
And its energy had been renewed while we were walking back to the house, and I just couldn't do it again. I didn't have the energy. I felt really bad about it, and I explained it to him. But that was where we left. And so obviously when you hear him saying those words in the video camera, the fact that he wasn't slugging is probably a blessed event. Wrong direction. So these guys, I guess we had that one thing in common. We both had an old muscle car.
Hey, look, there's Andy. And, Andy and Scott and them. Did you film them?
Yeah, somewhere.
Zoom in. Oh, my God. They're a little late for the party.
So, easy come, easy go. No harm, no foul. It just wasn't a good arrangement, and we moved on. And it didn't help to be so immature at the time. And there's me. Talk about immaturity. That car is still in my garage. It doesn't run anymore, and I'd like to fix it up one day. But it was my first car of choice. At age 17, the first car you start off with is never your choice. Usually. So the first car I enjoyed too, but it wasn't my choice. It was my grandmother's car. But that was my first car of choice right there, at age 17. And I truly loved the car, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I can't get rid of it. My wife and I had our first kiss in the back seat of that car. Or was it the back seat or the front seat? I don't remember. But because of that event, she has supported me in my decision to keep the car, and that's always nice. So I don't argue it. I just say, yeah, that was a lucky break for me. So we're going back to 218. The party is over. And Ted, 98 Rock. I thought he listened to 99.1 at the time. I started right around this time listening to 99. I was a metalhead. Not a super hard rock metalhead. You know, level of Quiet Riot. Commercial heavy metal. Clean, good clean fun. Commercial heavy metal. I mostly just like the sound. I didn't adopt a lifestyle really, I just like the sound. But then I started listening to 99.1, and which is the alternative music station.
There is no stop.
Little imitation of Risky Business there. Oh, stop being arty. Okay, so
With no canvas, subscribe right now.